What's up, HyperFast Nation? On this episode of the show, we brought back a repeat guest. She sold over $26 million in her first year in the business. She is a TikTok and Instagram superstar. Welcome back to the show, Elise Stephano. Welcome back to the show, Lisa. How are you doing today?
Good, doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you back on. It's been almost a year since you were on here last, episode 361.
Has it really been a year?
Almost.
Oh.
I think probably a year since we recorded it and 11 months or so since it went live. So yeah, if you guys have not seen Elise Stephano on episode 361, go back and watch that. In the meantime, why don't you give us an update? What's obviously a lot's happened in the last 12 months with the market, right? We had like the great freeze of Q3 and Q4 where things just kind of froze, and then the unexpected January surge, and then interest rates going back up again in February, but then back down after all these banks started failing.
And now we're back to the craziness.
Yeah. Multiple offers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was weird because I got into real estate at the height of the market in 2020, and it was crazy and multiple offers, cutthroat, non-contingent, 50 to 100,000 over, and then it really cooled down for a moment there, and I think everybody kind of got a little nervous. I think more seasoned agents were like, this is nothing, this is normal. And for like newer agents like myself, we were like, like, what do we do? How do we keep going with the same speed and progression that we were going for so long? So it was a little sketchy at some points, but now we're totally back. I would say the spring market is insane. We helped clients buy a townhouse in Maryland, and there were 34 or 32 offers total on that.
Wow.
So it was crazy. It's a good thing though. I like it. I like it when the market is like this.
Wow, that's 34 offers, one house. We definitely need more inventory. I mean, that's the bottom line, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's like the biggest thing I'm telling real estate agents is, you can have 30 buyers agent agreements signed and not find the inventory, then have 34 offers, which, you may not win out on those all the time when there's that many. If you go out and get 30 listings, though, imagine what that would do for your business. Because right now, in most markets, if you have a listing priced right, it's going to sell fast. So what's your advice to real estate agents right now on best ways to go out and get more listings?
I would say start with expireds and withdrawals. Calling those is going to be your easiest, quickest go-to. And then to put a little bit more work in, direct mailers and strategically targeting specific neighborhoods or buildings for your clients through the direct mailers, not just sending one batch of letters out and crossing your fingers that you're going to get an off market that way, but strategically doing, 3 to 4 letters, the way you write the letter, the way you deliver the letter. Door knocking is always a good go-to. That never gets old. But expireds and withdrawals for sure to start with.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that first. That's one of the most predictable ways to get business. If you blow up on social media like you do, you can get, deals come in waves, right?
Right.
Or not. Same thing with direct mail. You can do it for a while, get a bunch of results, and then you can have a cold spell.
Sure.
Predictable prospecting, right? I would go a step further, actually call it predictable proactive prospecting, right? If agents can realize the power of that, right? If you call for an hour, are you going to get an appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So why
100%.
that's funny. Viral TikTok sound, right? Why do so many agents struggle with doing this predictable, proactive prospecting that they know? Like if you did 5 hours of this a week, you'd have 5 listing appointments. You're going to sign 2 of them probably.
I'll tell you why, and I'm a victim of it myself. It's the dedication.
Yeah.
It's the the self-dedication, sitting down, really holding yourself accountable and making time for that. And it can be painful. It can be really painful to call 100 people and only talk to 3.
Why is it painful?
It's just a lot of time on the phone.
What the hell else you can do as a real estate agent from 9 a.m. to 10:30 though, or 9 a.m. to 11? You're not showing houses Monday through Friday between 9 and 11.
Well, depending on.
You're not. You could be writing offers. If you have an offer to write, you'll probably get.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Before then,
we definitely have time too. We definitely have
so
time, but I'm also a victim of it.
If you know that I can spend 1 to 2 hours a day between 9 and 11. I still have time in the morning for working out, family, this, that, and the other, right? I'm not asking you to call people at 7 a.m. They probably wouldn't like that in the first place. But so you still have time for family, respond to like emails from the night before and all that. And then you still have time when you're done. You've got like 8 hours left in the day, right? So if you just set aside those 2 hours and you're like, screw it, no matter what, I'm calling, I'm dialing 50 people, I'm talking to 10, I'm booking 2.
Yeah.
What would that do to your business, right?
Yeah, it would grow it for sure. Certainly it would grow it. I think it's just the discipline that people struggle with. Not everybody's super self-disciplined.
Yeah.
I like to consider myself pretty well disciplined as a person, but even those types of tasks, I think a lot of agents get away from them, especially once they're like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years into the game.
Yeah, it's a shame because it
works.
It's the most predictable activity you can do is picking up the phone and talking to people.
Now I'm like sitting here going, damn it, I have to go.
Well, it's after 11, so we're out of the window that I recommend doing it. And I do recommend
when do you
that.
recommend doing it?
I think 9 to 11 because there's less.
Okay.
You can make an argument for like 4 to 6 because that's you might get a lot of people on their commute or.
But you're also getting them at
transition.
They're drained.
Right. So I think there's I'm trying to predict when the answer rates are going to be the best, and I think between like 9 and 11 they've gotten to work, they've responded to whatever they have, and now they're just kind of sitting around waiting for lunch, and your day as an agent hasn't got filled up with crap yet. Like if you tried it from 12 to 2, chances are you're going to have more stuff that pops up. You might have more showings during that time. I don't think on Monday through Friday you're ever going to have showings 9 to 11 typically. Maybe once in a very rare situation. Yeah, and you haven't had stuff pop up yet, right? And by the way, let's say your goal is you want to talk to a certain amount of people and book 1 or 2 appointments, right, every morning. Mm-hmm. Well, if you hit that in the morning and then more stuff comes up that you need to work on after that, like great, you've already done your calls. But let's say you've already done your marketing, you submitted an offer, and you have a couple extra hours in the afternoon and you already hit your morning goal. Well, now you can
make TikToks.
Well, or you can get back on the phone, go get another appointment, right?
Yeah,
so I think you need to just like
time management.
If I were to tell you like, hey, if you do this every day, you're going to get 1 or 2 appointments, then why wouldn't you prioritize that over everything else? And if you put it in the morning, you're going to get it done. If for some reason an emergency comes up, you have runway, right? You can use that extra time in the afternoon to get it done. Whereas if you intentionally schedule it in the afternoon and then an emergency showing your request comes up, you're going to completely miss your calling window. So do it first, right?
How many people like every day, if you're doing it, would you recommend?
I think, it probably depends on the list you're calling and your own metrics. And at first, I would set the goal, your minimum standard that you're going to do, like make it something that you can control, right? So make it dials or the number of people you talk to. And after you do that for a couple of weeks, I think you'll start to get a baseline of how appointments you can expect on average from doing it.
Measure your metrics.
Right? But even after that, I would still keep it the goal, your minimum standard, the things that you can control, which would be dials and people you talk to. I think if you made it appointments, the risk in that is you call 5 people that day, you get 2 appointments, and now you stop, and maybe there was like another 5 in the next 10 people you were going to dial. So maybe at first 100% on things you can control, and then maybe after that you can kind of switch to an either or. Like, I'm going to do 100 dials, or 1 appointment, whichever comes second. I would go whichever comes second in case you get an appointment early, you still get your dials in, you still get your reps in, that. Right?
Yeah.
So that's how I would set it up. I certainly didn't know we were going to talk this much about
expires and withdrawals.
This, and it's not just expires and withdrawals too. Circle of prospecting, past clients, right?
Yeah.
Heck, you could even do like real estate agents and other. Well, I wasn't even going to say recruiting. I was going to say if you've networked and gone to events and you have a list in other markets, you can call them just to check in and keep your name top of mind for referrals from other, other markets. It does work on recruiting though as well, which
you've been doing.
I don't want to give that secret out to too many people, but
it works.
Yeah, it definitely works. And I know most people won't do it. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at the stats right now. Most agents don't even prospect for their own business. So,
on to recruiting though. I thought we'd get into like selling 26 million your first year, or how you're kicking butt on TikTok and Instagram and getting business from there. But since you brought up recruiting, let's chat a minute about that. Our team recently moved over to EXP Realty. You're a part of the team.
Best decision ever.
Yeah. I mean,
it is. It's really cool.
The cool thing is like nothing really changes how we run our team that sells hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes a year. Except now the agents have more, right? Like you can earn stock awards. You can plug into the EXP network for referrals, and then there's revenue share.
I actually had somebody reach out to me on Instagram last night. Yeah. I have to check those messages about coaching and learning more and being a part of Legacy. And she saw my reels, I guess. And I got
So you've had one person join the team that you sponsored, right? And they met you on TikTok, Instagram.
No, actually, this was someone we had mutual friends, but they reached out through Instagram.
Gotcha. They kind of knew you through someone else.
I guess they were watching me on Instagram, seeing everything I was doing, and then reached out that way because we weren't like.
And then a second agent coming on board soon, from another one from Instagram, right? So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like you have this platform now through EXP, through the team. People see you succeeding at a high level. They want to be a part of it, right? You've got one agent who you're sponsoring joining the team, one agent you're sponsoring joining in a different market. So now you, Elise Stephano, agent on the Carrie Scholl team, have the ability to go build 100, 200, 1,000 person, thousands of persons organization, while still selling real estate. And then this can be your retirement.
Yeah, basically.
And it doesn't have to take 30 years.
It's really cool, the whole model of EXP and everything. But the recruiting especially is super cool, especially now because people will ask, clients will ask, are you guys do you just do DC, Maryland, and Virginia? And now I'm like, no, we're all in all 50 states, 23 countries. We're all over the place. So it's really cool to just have that reach.
Yeah.
Being a part of EXP.
And I think sometimes agents think oh, I don't want to be a recruiter. That's fine. There's a million reasons to join EXP outside of the revenue share part.
Well, and I wouldn't even say I center my content around recruiting.
Right.
Joining EXP, it just happens kind of organically.
Yeah, we call that accidental recruiting. Like people that aren't, again, you're focused on providing, selling homes, helping buyers. You're focused on organic TikTok and Instagram content that, for the most part, appeals to buyers and sellers, or sometimes it's funny stuff about real estate, which I think other realtors like as well. But you're kind of doing accidental recruiting. I think agents that are busy, you can kind of consider this a product extension of things you're already doing. It's just like knowing an extra phrase or sentence to add in your normal dialogues with agents.
Well, and at the end of the day, it's like once you really understand what EXP is, how they're structured, what they stand for, then it's like, you're really just trying to help everybody else save money.
Yeah, you're helping other people save money, get coaching, build their own rev share. And as a busy agent selling a lot of homes, you're a good example of, okay, if I put 2 hours into this a week on average, which I don't even think you're at that level yet, which you should be, but you're not. But you can spend a couple hours on it in a week. And then if you're consistent with it, 2 or 3 years later, you look up and, revenue share is now, it's not just a bonus, right? It's not just paying for like my car payment,
passive income,
mortgage payment. It's actually
like another salary.
It's actually helping me make as much money as I do, selling 2 to 3 homes a month. So it can, again, with just a few hours a week,
right after
on
you
top
get
of what
done
you're
going
doing,
expired and withdrawals.
It can replace your sales income within a couple of years. If people wanted to learn more about the EXP model from you, or how it can help them save money or build multiple streams of income, how should they contact you, reach out to you?
So they can contact me through my Instagram page, which is just Elise Stephano, with 3 I's in my first name, because I couldn't do just my first and last name. Reach out to me through Instagram, or can I put my phone number?
Yeah.
703-477-7897. You can text me.
Well, that was quick. You better say that again for the listeners.
703-477-7897. That's my phone number. I love to talk to people. I love to help people. Helping people is my passion. So you can reach out to me, call me, text me, or definitely follow me on Instagram. That's Elise Stephano with 3 I's in Elisa.
Now, back to, let's talk TikTok, Instagram a little bit. Obviously, super fast start in real estate for you, 26 million your first year. We made some TikToks about that. That went pretty viral you on my account.
Nothing crazy, just 6 million views.
Yeah, I think a couple of the first ones we did were like 5-6 million views.
That blows my mind still to this day. That's so many views.
Yeah. Now you're starting to make other
and that was on your account.
Content.
That wasn't even on
now you're making some on yours.
Yeah. So now I'm like focused really on my my SOI and my platform, but really I'm only focused on Instagram. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, you should go on LinkedIn and Facebook and TikTok and Twitter and everything. But I don't want to yet.
Yeah.
I just want to focus on Instagram. So
is it bringing in business for you?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Good.
I have buyers reach out, agents reach out. I don't think I've gotten a listing from Instagram yet, but definitely I've booked a few appointments with
How often are you
buyers.
posting on it?
I try to make one reel every single day. I've heard that's the secret sauce. One reel a day is the way to trick the algorithm. But I'm not like by any means a professional, like I'm not like Jeff Fitzer. Okay, I don't know social media like the back of my hand, but I'm trying to post one reel a day, and I'm a big story person, so I'm like always posting on my stories, which I should really get away from because they're 24 hours and they're gone. But I just post what I'm doing, like every day. I post a selfie in the gym.
Yeah.
Just whatever I'm eating that day. And then like if I'm doing showings, I'll post the houses, of course. But the reels, I try to gear toward real estate. And I try to make them funny.
I like that you're disciplined on doing that once a day. I think that's important. And
totally. Consistency is everything. In everything that you do.
Most real estate just won't do it.
Yeah.
They post like once a month or once a week. And
if you're consistent in what you eat, you'll be healthy. If you're eating healthy, if you're consistent in the gym, you'll feel better. If you're consistent with your calls, you'll get more business. If you're consistent, consistency is like the secret. So, yeah.
All right. Well, before we wrap up, let's do a HyperFast round. You probably remember these.
Yeah.
So, biggest piece of advice to a new real estate agent?
Hone in on that self-discipline, prospect every single day, learn as much as you can.
Biggest mistake experienced agents make?
Getting lazy and making somebody else do the heavy lifting.
What's something you're doing in your business now that you weren't doing a year ago?
One reel a day.
All right. Where do you see the real estate market going in 2023?
I see it going up. I see it getting busier and busier as we go into the summer and fall.
All right. And last one, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, hopefully with more babies and still with the EXP and the Carrie Scholl team and maybe closer to the office.
Okay.
I live a little far right now.
Like 1,000 people in your group?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Lisa. One more time, if people want to reach out, connect with you about joining you or
text me,
buying,
follow me on
selling
Instagram,
okay.
703-477-7897, or my Instagram is ELIIISASTEPHANO.
All right.
Follow me.
Hopefully you guys got all of that. Thank you once again for tuning in to the show. Please share this with other people and leave us a review, especially if you're on iTunes. We love those iTunes reviews. We'll see you next time.